Okay folks, this is Chef Kevin. I'm on my dock here in Jamesville, Virginia on the Chesapeake Bay. Now it was a real windy day, so I'm hauling up this crab pot, but the wind was pushing it under the dock. So it was a bit of a struggle, but I did manage. Now I had about 12 keepers actually. They have to be 5 inches across in order to be legal in Virginia. And I made a crab American recipe. There's my dog, or one of my dogs. I made a crab American recipe, and I'll link that at the end of this video. It came out really nice. These are blue crabs, Chesapeake Bay. Can't get it any fresher than that. Okay, so here I am in the kitchen.
Chef Kevin here.
And I have about
some leftover
half a cup of
previous video. Crab American.
leftover crab.
So I'm gonna make myself a little omelet.
And I have some tomato onion. I really like tomato onion in my food, so I'm going to put that into the omelet.
Tomato.
And I also have some baby arugula. This has sort of like a peppery taste to it.
You can use lettuce.
Works out really well. You can use lettuce, or you can use no greens, but I want some greens in my food. Keep it on the healthy side. These are the organic free-range eggs. Yes, they are pricey, but it's worth it. And I'm going to whip these lightly. I don't want to whip them too heavy because I don't want to incorporate a lot of air into the mix.
And whip them up a bit.
And then I'm going to add a little half and half, like about a tablespoon of half and half. You can use milk, you can use cream, or you don't have to use any,
Needs a little milk,
but it does make it a little richer,
have a little
smoother perhaps. Half and half.
This just makes it a little smoother. And that was only
About a tablespoon.
perhaps.
And now I'm just going to incorporate that into the egg mix.
I'm thinking this is a good way to use up some leftover crab.
Okay, let's go over to the stove top.
Okay, heat on medium.
Now this is actually a crepe pan,
here, but it works out great for
but
omelets.
it works really well with omelets, crepes of course, and quesadilla. It's non-stick and it has low sides, so it's easy to flip stuff around.
Okay, I'm using ghee.
And what I'm using for a fat is ghee,
Ghee is
which is a clarified butter.
that's been
This is used in Indian cooking a lot.
taken off
The water has been withdrawn from the butter.
This works out really well for
It gives it a higher flash point, which means you can cook at a higher temperature. Although that's not too important in this case because I'm just cooking over medium-high heat. But it adds a lot of good flavor.
just gonna spread that
So I'm
around.
spreading that around as evenly as possible.
Always use a non-stick pan when you're making omelets. It's so much easier.
Now I'm going to add my 3 beaten eggs.
It's my 3 eggs.
Now what I'm doing here is I'm trying to move
Gonna
the
work this around a little bit.
egg mix around the
so that
pan
it's cooked
so that it
properly.
cooks evenly. So I'm moving the eggs from the center to the edge. You don't want to have raw egg in the middle of your omelet. So I'm going to move it around for a while until it gets fairly hard. And then I'm going to even it out.
Trying to bring the egg from the side into the middle. Even that out a bit.
That's looking pretty good right there. So I'm going to let that just set up for a couple of minutes at this medium heat. And then I'm going to add my pepper jack cheese at this point. You can use any type of cheese you'd like. Now I've been avoiding the pre-shredded cheese because that actually has cellulose in it, which is wood. Check the packaging if you think I'm kidding. And this melts a lot easier. It's more of a natural product. I'm trying to avoid the over-processed foods. So I have my greens in there. Adding my crab. That was about a half a cup of crab. A little more crab. And then my onion tomato mix. So I'm not going to let this cook too much longer. Now, what I'm doing now is I'm trying to pick up the sides. So I'm going to go around with a spatula and just loosen that up a bit. And I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to hold the pan towards me and just flip one end over the other. Just like that. Now I'm just going to try to turn it around so you can see it. Now I'm not going to flip this around any more than that. The more you flip it, the more you destroy it. This has a little brown coloring to it, and that's quite okay. But technically speaking, an omelet shouldn't have a lot of color to it. You can see the cheese is bubbling out. I'm going to add a little salt and pepper. The two most common spices in the world. There you go. Okay, this is ready to plate. There it is plated. Now I'm going to garnish this with a little garden homemade hot sauce. This came out really nice, and I'll reference this at the end of this video as well. You gotta have hot sauce, come on. Okay, let's cut this. Let's cut into this. This is my breakfast. I'm so hungry. Not much color. That's good. cheese is oozing out. That crab was like so spectacular. The crab with the onions and the tomatoes and the arugula. Come to Papa. Okay folks, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, then throw me a friggin' bone here.
Throw me a frickin' bone here.